One quarter of Americans say they're considering staycations this year to save money. However, one part of the travel business is booming.
We'll go to Las Vegas Travel Conference where billions of dollars are changing hands on CBS this morning.
Welcome back to CBS This Morning. Well, you know the fact the economy is sluggish, unemployment is high, gas prices are going up again, just hit $4 a gallon in California. So you'd think Americans would be cutting back on travel. But CBS News travel editor Peter Greenberg says not everyone. And he's in Las Vegas this morning. And Peter, what is going on in Las Vegas?
It's something called Virtuoso Week. It's something that's been going on for 24 years. Most of the public don't even know about it. And here's what it is. Nearly 4,000 people are crowded into the Bellagio in every single ballroom they've got. That's CEOs, hotel owners, cruise ship owners. We're talking about ambassadors, ministers of tourism, and over 1,800 top travel agents doing what? Buying and selling travel. And by the end of this week, they will have had over 350,000 4-minute meetings. You know what that translates into? About $500 million in sales.
And Peter, in those 4-minute meetings, how is business conducted so effectively, so fast?
Well, it's speed dating indeed, but the bottom line is the clients know the agents know the clients, and the clients know the providers. They come in with a list, with an agenda of what their clients want, and I've got to tell you, they're spending money. And even in this bad economy and in an election year in which traditionally people don't travel.
And as I understand it, Peter, they're spending money on things like buying islands, for example.
Well, they're buying islands, over-the-top safaris. They've already spent $10 million, listen to this, on the Virgin Galactic suborbital space flights at $200,000 a pop. There's a waiting list already. So think about that. Even in this economy, it's a great economic indicator of how strong travel and tourism really is.
So Rebecca talks about people buying islands, and Peter, obviously this is the very affluent who are doing such, but how is it helping as far as the employment picture is concerned?
Well, that's the key. By the end of this year, we will have reached 1 billion people actually crossing an international border. That's a record, and that translates into jobs. In fact, the travel industry is creating more jobs right now than the rest of the economy. In 2012 alone, about 283,000 jobs, outpacing the rest of the economy. That should tell you something. And that kind of growth means nearly a 10% figure of global GDP. That's a staggering number.
It is a staggering number, Peter. And as you mentioned, it's this billion people crossing international borders. These are Chinese, Russians, Brazilians, in many cases coming here to the United States with their money ready to spend it.
You're right. It's one of America's biggest foreign trade exports. And when you talk about cross-border travel, think about this. The average Chinese tourist in America in a given week will spend about $6,500. That's a lot more than the typical American.
So even in a down economy, the upswing is significant there. And the reason why, Peter?
When the going gets tough, the tough go traveling.
All right, that's nice to hear. And of course, it's amounting to, we saw it in the last jobs report, 29,000 jobs in the month of August created, or rather in the month of July, created as a result of this travel picture, hospitality and leisure really adding to our economy.
You're right. It's 1 out of every 10 jobs, nearly 10% of global GDP. This is a figure that you have to put into perspective when you think about what most people think about travel. In this economy, it brings families together. People want to travel as a group. There's almost a Last Supper mentality where people think if we don't go this year, we may not go at all. Let's go as a group. So it's not unusual for people to spend $200,000 to $300,000 and take their entire family on a trip. And that's what we're seeing here at Virtuoso Week.
Peter Greenberg, thanks so much.